so much for tuning in. Today I thought I'll take you along when I make my Friday night pizza. It's probably one of the happiest days of the week at the moment, and it's definitely something that I look forward all week along. So I thought I'll show you how to make a very easy, simple vegan pizza with very basic ingredients as of flour, yeast, water, maybe a little bit of olive oil. If you fancy, you can just leave it out. I'm also going to show you how to make my favorite roasted tomato sauce. This week has been a bit of a weird one for me. I had days where I just felt a little bit deflated, I would say. It's I think we are coming up to like 2 months of quarantine here in the UK. I think it's Friday today, it's also bank holiday. I think they are doing an announcement on Sunday where potentially the government is going to relax some of the lockdown rules, but nothing is confirmed so far, so I don't want to put my hopes too high. So I don't know about you, but when I'm feeling a bit deflated, I find especially making some kind of dough, baking, or you know, that kind of thing, it really relaxes me. I just love the kind of like kneading the dough, let it proof, and then it just kind of like rise. I don't know, I love the whole process. So I thought we can make pizza together. It's about midday now, and I'm gonna start making my dough and my tomato sauce. So to this evening it's gonna all be ready, and all I'm gonna have to do is just stretch the dough out, get my toppings in, and stick the pizza in the oven. So let's go and make some pizza. To make our pizza dough, we're gonna start with 200 ml of lukewarm water and 1 sachet of fast action yeast, and we're just gonna whisk it to make sure there are no lumps and the yeast dissolve very well in the water. We're then gonna use some strong white bread flour, and I'm also using some semolina flour. If you don't have semolina flour, just use strong bread white flour, a pinch of salt, and we're just gonna mix everything together. I also like to add a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, but this is completely optional. And then we're gonna start adding gradually our water and yeast mixture, and we're gonna start mixing everything together first with a spoon, and then we're gonna get in with our hands. The dough can be quite sticky and wet, so you can also add some extra flour to make sure obviously it doesn't stick to your hand. And you're gonna start kneading it first into the bowl, and then once you got quite an elastic bowl, you're gonna get it out of the bowl onto your working surface. Make sure to drizzle more flour because it can really stick to the surface. So just keep kneading it for about 10 minutes, I would say. I love kneading the dough. It's literally one of my most therapeutic thing, and you kind of like want to stretch it out on one corner, then tuck it back in, and then stretch it out again. There isn't a real, you know, exact technique. Just go with the flow and have fun. After 10 minutes, roll your dough into a bowl, and you're gonna place it back into the mixing bowl. We're also gonna brush it with a little bit of olive oil, and we're gonna cover it with some tea towels, and we're gonna let it proof onto one side for about 2 to 3 hours. In the meantime, we're gonna make our tomato sauce. So I'm using a mix of different tomatoes. You can use any tomatoes that you have on hand. Just add them to a roasting tray with a drizzle of olive oil, salt, and pepper, and we're just gonna give it a good mix so all the tomatoes are coated in the oil, and we're gonna slow roast them in the oven 150 degrees for about 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes they should be all nice and juicy, and we're gonna add some mixed herbs. I'm using oregano and marjoram, some garlic cloves, and also some plum tomatoes, tin tomatoes, or tomato passata. Whatever you have on hand, it would work. We're gonna mix everything together and make sure to squish down all the tomatoes, and we're also gonna place this back in the oven again for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you should have a rich and smoky tomato mixture, which we're gonna blitz up with a hand blender to make it nice, creamy and smooth, perfect for our pizzas. Back to our pizza dough. As you can see, after 2 to 3 hours of proving as doubled in size, is super elastic and soft. We are going to need it for about another 5 minutes. Make sure to use some extra flour if you feel that the dough is a bit sticky or is sticking to your working surface, and just give it another good knead. Finally, we're gonna cut our dough into 2 balls, 1 for each pizza, and all we're gonna do is to cover it with a tea towel and let it proof for another 30 minutes. After that, all you have to do is just grab your rolling pins and stretch your dough. Make sure to dust your rolling pin and your working surface again, because the pizza can easily stick to the bottom. I'm going for an oval kind of shaped pizza, and I'm gonna put it into a baking tray covered with some flour so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And we are gonna spread on top our delicious homemade roasted tomato sauce. And for the toppings, I'm going with a mix of vegetables which I had in the fridge. You can really use anything that you like. I've got some mushrooms, some tender stem broccoli, some cherry tomatoes, some olives, and some vegan mozzarella, but you can also go without any cheese. It will still be delicious. And after 25 minutes in the oven, you have the most delicious, crunchy, crispy, flavorsome pizza. I also added some rocket leaves, some basil leaf, and I had a little bit of pesto left over, so I drizzled that on top as well. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I love my pizza. It's honestly so delicious, so easy, so simple, and it's literally the perfect Friday night treat. Okay, it's time to try this pizza. Honestly, I'm so excited. Sorry. The mozzarella I bought this time didn't really melt, but it tastes nice. Oh, sorry, I got the rocket stuck in my throat. Yeah, it tastes nice, quite creamy, and it's almond milk based. I bought it in Planet Organic. I'll see if I can find the link. But yeah, this is amazing. And here it was, my super simple vegan pizza. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you can, please don't forget to subscribe, as I'm trying to upload once a week. And I guess I'll see you again in the next video. Thank you so much. Stay safe, lots of love. Bye.
I've been feeling so small.